go to our good friend Google, and if you just type in DCS SRS, then you'll get to this GitHub Siribob one. So if you click on that, this is the main SRS page. For the client ones, it's basically to download and run that SRS updater.exe, which if you scroll down is there. So just click on it and it'll then download.
Right, okay. That's just the auto updater.
Yes, that's the auto updater.
Right. Okay.
You can also run the auto updater if there's a new version of SRS that comes out.
Yeah, yep, okay.
And it will just automatically update itself. So once that's downloaded, click on it.
Right, you can see that.
Right then. So that is basically the install location. So if you want to change it from your C drive to your D drive, you can just click on locate and then go and find it, but it's not showing me that window. And again, the C drive, save games, sorry, just drop it into there.
I usually just click on the install update where you're on just now.
It does try to find them intelligently, and 9 times out of 10 it does it automatically. So you just click on install update SRS, it will then create all the scripts and things like that. Okay, there's a thing that come up on my window that you can't see now. It basically says installation update completed successfully, installs the DCS scripts to the DCS scripts. Right then, so SRS, as soon as it comes up, will come up as that. So you've got your microphone, your default microphone that you can change it from. So if you've got different microphones plugged in, you can have it whichever one you want. So you can specify those there. Speakers, where do you want it to come out at? And I've got it, because I fly in VR, so I've got Oculus Rift, but I don't have SRS coming through Rift. I have it coming through a set of in-ear headphones that I just plug in, so I've got something that distinguishes what's in DCS against what's SRS, if that makes any sense.
So this no mic output, is it pass through or something like that?
Yes.
I've read one of the tutorials and they said don't bother touching that, leave that as it is, like that.
I would say have no mic output. If you have it so that you've got a microphone output pass through, you'll hear yourself talking.
Right, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah, so having
that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, so you should always leave that like that.
Yes, unless you want to hear yourself talk. Right then, I go on to controls next, and I put radio 1 and radio 2.
Okay.
And I specify those, and I've got those mapped onto my HOTAS. So that I've got, whenever I press the buttons on the HOTAS, I've got either radio 1 or radio 2 going. On the settings, the one to really bother about then is radio switch works as push to talk, which basically means whenever you press on your HOTAS the radio 1 or radio 2, that automatically does the push to talk.
Ah, right. Okay.
Okay, can I have something?
Yeah.
In the case you guys flying the F-14, you should bind the intercom push to talk too, because then you will have your microphone open, so like you will always speak, you know.
Got you.
Right. Okay, good point.
Yeah. And the other thing that I tend to do is I put radio 1 on the left-hand channel, radio 2 on the right-hand channel. Again, if you've got your two radios tuned in, if someone comes in on the right-hand one, I know it's radio 2. If it's coming on the left-hand one, I know it's radio 1.
Okay.
Yeah, and we do this at the Virtual Dragon Squad, where I fly with. In the same way, we use these COM buttons to mute the Discord.
Okay.
Yes.
So the same button what puts SRS Radio 1 on mutes the Discord.
Where you've got Radio 3, Radio 4, Radio 5, etc. all going down here.
I've never set any of them.
Right, no, you don't need to set them unless you're going to use SRS's GCI.
Right, okay.
What you've got is you've got an EAM coalition password, which for what we use it for is always going to be blue. So if I type in blue there, then I can toggle my AWACS overlay. Oh, I've not connected to it. Genius. Right, before we do that, if you go to your favourites, you can type in your name of the server that you want there. The server address, I've got it listed down there, but I've got as a local IP address, but that is basically the same address as the DCS server.
Okay.
So once you've done that, click on Hunter Killers in there, click on connect, and it'll connect. And then you can see it's picking up the microphone now.
Yeah.
So like I was saying with the GCI side of things, type in the blue there, connect AWACS mode, and then you can do toggle AWACS display. Basically what you get is a whole list of radios that appear at the bottom. And you've got all the way up through to 8, I think, is it 8 or is it 10? Basically it's the same as what you've got down here, radio 1, radio 2, radio all the way up to 10. So if you are a GCI, you can tune in the common on 305, you can talk to people on 305 on radio 1, on radio 2 you might have the F-16 flight, on radio 3 you might have your F-14s, and it's an easy way that the GCI would communicate. If we drop into DCS, what I tend to do is always connect SRS first, then open DCS up.
Absolutely.
I've had my DCS crashing because of the SRS. Try going to multiplayer and it comes on, and then it doesn't come on because your SRS hasn't been disconnected. You know, yeah. Okay, so that's a good point. SRS first before going into the DCS.
Yeah.
So SRS is quite a delicate little flower, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure if you have to do something in the setup here to switch SRS off. Yeah, it's in the options, the folder special.
Right.
So I put all the marks off on off.
Yeah, you've got your DCR. Yeah, you got auto show the overlay by default, which is basically your little overlay there. Auto launch SRS.
Okay.
And you can do compact mode as well if you want compact mode. Once you've set it, then it's pretty much good to go anyway. Into the multiplayer, where you've got your little pen icon up there.
Okay.
Did you see that in the top corner?
Yeah, go for it.
Yep.
Pen icon.
That's where you can basically type in or change what your call sign is. Some people put their call sign first and then the flight name, or however they want to do it.
Right.
But if you've got it inside of there, then that's visible on the GCI side of things with like ATC and things like that.
How do you get that vertical line on the keyboard? Because I'm mainly a Mac user. I'm not a PC user.
That is the bar which on the PC is next to the Z key. Shift and there's a little like bar and a backslash. There's that.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And that one.
Right, I see that.
And that's what I tend to just drop it in as.
So what I was going to do is I was going to put Tito in the front as my personal name.
Okay.
And then what I usually fly with Jackal.
Yeah.
So where it says 1-1, is it always going to be 1-1?
No. This is where if you are flying as part of a flight, you would be
one of so many.
So you'd be, the lead would be 1-1, second would be 1-2, 1-3,
Right.
1-4.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I didn't know I could change that either. So
Yeah. If you change it,
it really is a skill day.
It would make sense to put number within the flight as well, so that the GCI, if they need to call a specific member of the flight, they know which one is doing something wrong or something.
I misunderstood Tito there because I thought he was meaning his actual plane number. Like say, my number I would always be like 203. I would always type in my number 203, so you couldn't actually put that up there.
that's good. That's going to depend on which style of way you want to do it.
Yeah.
The Navy use the numbers, the nose numbers, or the US Navy do. The US Air Force will use a NATO call sign like Knight 11 or Jackal 11, or and so do the RAF.
So then we connect into the server, and when we join up, right. So what you've got there is you've got your SRS up there. I know that there's 6 people on there. It's basically telling me what the radios are tuned to. So I'm just going to drop into a Harrier. So if we do 305.
Is there a sound effect that it sounds a little bit distorted?
Yes.
Yes.
You can turn. I think you can turn the gain down, and you can smoothen it out a little bit.
But yeah, once you're on 305, just do comms check on 305.
Wow, it's loud. It is loud. Yep. I think it's everybody's running pods. I had my speakers up.